Talk about Steph, too. Steph would not be outdone as he returned after missing 5 games with a quad contusion. We start with the game Friday against the Timberwolves. Steph and company coming out. Now watch this pregame. I mean, this is insane.
I mean, that's how you tear.
That is not AI generated. That is real.
Absolutely.
Is that a new thing for him in his pregame warm-up?
Yeah.
Worried about the rotators.
I've been there when he's done it twice. Here's
oh, my gosh.
Curry from 3, of course. And then early the first.
Pat Spencer.
They swing it. There's Curry again from the top. And a couple minutes later, as we get ready to go to the third quarter, Curry with the crossover on Rudy.
Oh, he loves doing that.
And then the
Rudy.
finish. Gets
He
the
really
bump,
does.
too. Didn't get the call, though. Little over 2 minutes left, the fourth. Warrior. Curry, another 3. Warriors now up 1. Less than 30 seconds to go. T-Wolves up 2. Julius Randle. He'll find Dante DiVincenzo with a quick trigger. Warriors lose despite Curry's 39 points, 127 to 120. Now let's go to Sunday. Curry and the Warriors facing off against the Trailblazers. We'll start early in the third.
But look, Portland is 3-0 against the Warriors this season, and they win games because they force an average of 19 turnovers a game in those.
But the one thing they don't do well, they don't shoot well three-point wise.
Correct.
Yeah, well, Curry continues his flurry in Portland. Here's Curry. Again. I mean,
that is amazing.
Doesn't matter.
Try that at home.
Yeah. And look at this deep 3. Like, it's all these deep threes. Look at this one. Halfway between the three-point line and the logo.
Anybody else, that's not a good shot.
Yeah. It is for him, that's for sure. He's made a living out of that. Now watch this. Curry again. Sidestep.
I mean, you know he's coming, but like every team that game plans against him knows he's coming, but you can't see him because he plays so far behind the defense.
Jeremy Grant gets the and 1. Blazers would lead after the free throw, wouldn't look back. Warriors lose 136 to 131. Curry with 48 points, including 12 threes. Here's Steve Kerr, not happy after the game.
So we got to find a way to connect the game. That's my job. I'm not doing my job well this year. We're 13-14. We have enough talent to be much better. We're losing all these close games, so I got to find a way to help these guys.
Steph went for 48, but he didn't get a lot of help on the offensive end as he scored 3 times as many points as any other Warrior. Bobby, all right, I know we've asked this question before. Is there any help coming for Steph?
Not at least for the next month here. They're still sitting on that Jonathan Kuminga contract. He can't, although 90% of the league can be traded today, he can't be traded until January 15th. He's been sitting on the bench collecting DNPs. The last 2 games, they've given up 127 and 136 points. So you can say certainly offensively, is there something more coming? I look at it defensively as far as cleaning up. They're allowing the 6th most turnovers per game. They allowed a Portland team to shoot 20 of 31 from deep last night here. But right now, they are who they are until they can figure out where the Kuminga situation is going to go.
I do think there's things they can do, though. And Jimmy Butler has talked about this with Anthony Slater at several points during the season. When they run their offense, it's this free-flowing, beautiful offense that's designed with Steph Curry in mind. But when Steph goes off the court and Jimmy Butler is now your guy and he's the head of the snake, Jimmy Butler needs to play a totally different game. He needs to play more of an isolation-heavy game. They need to set him up for success. And I think that's what Steve Kerr is talking about there. I like that he owns that. And I actually think there's something they can do there. They just need to play a different style of offense when Steph is not on the court and Jimmy is their front of the screen.
I also think they're young guys, and Draymond has kind of alluded to this too, need to play their roles, right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah. I think that's fair. I mean, Kuminga is the kind of guy that you would need in a game like this against Portland. Portland has a lot of young, long, athletic guys on the perimeter. They have averaging 19 turnovers a game in these 3 wins against the Warriors. That's a lot, but it's also just a little bit more than what the Warriors have been doing in every single game. They're averaging 16 turnovers a game, and that's things that you can correct.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with the Warriors as we move forward. But on a far more serious note here from the weekend, a mass shooting and the headlines. On Saturday, 2 students were killed and 9 more were wounded in a mass shooting at Brown University. The investigation is ongoing, but police currently have no suspects in custody. Brown canceled all remaining classes and exams for the semester, telling students they could leave campus. Steve Kerr, whose father was assassinated in Beirut in 1984, spoke pregame Sunday about the shootings.
These shootings continue to happen, and there is something we can do about them. The loss that all of the people involved last night, the loss that they're feeling, it's exactly the same loss as all the Parkland families and every other mass shooting. Nobody asked me about it today. I didn't expect anybody to ask me. I doubt we're going to do a moment of silence out there because it's human nature just to not want to deal with this stuff. And it's human nature just to think, this is so horrible. Let's just not even think about it. But we have to think about it. Think about it. Do you want something done? Do you want your child to go to school terrified every day? Or do you want to actually take action? Because that's what a democracy is about, where we demand that our representatives protect us. And that option is there. So we can either, just do what we're continuing to do and let these things happen, or make some demands. And so as you're thinking about this today, think about what if it were your own family member.
Warriors Nation, we need to talk about something that could absolutely reshape the rest of this season and maybe what the Warriors do in the playoffs. And that's the possibility of Golden State making a blockbuster trade for Myles Turner. This rumor has been gaining steam from multiple trusted NBA insiders and reporting outlets, and while it's still hypothetical, the implications are massive for the future of this team and for Stephen Curry's MVP-adjacent season. Here's the backdrop and why this matters so much. The Warriors have had another curriculum of incredible Curry scoring nights this season, dropping 40+ with efficiency, breaking records, and proving that even at age 37, he's still one of the most dangerous offensive forces in the league. But there's a real problem, and that's converting those performances into wins. Golden State has hovered around 500, and too often defenses break down late, they get beat at the rim, and they don't have the interior presence that can close out games against elite competition. So this trade idea, first floated by Zach Buckley and others, cuts straight to the heart of what the Warriors need right now. The concept would send Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski to the Bucks in exchange for Myles Turner, a proven rim protector and three-point shooter from the big man spot. That's right, a player who not only stops paint scoring, but stretches the floor from deep, something the Warriors have craved for years. Turner is a multiple blocks leader and spaces the floor at near 40% from three, which is exactly the kind of combo that fits Steve Kerr's motion offense and spacing principles. Think about that for a second. Curry is lighting it up from outside and still scoring efficiently inside. But when defenses collapse, Curry needs help. Turner's presence changes how teams defend Curry, Butler, and the rest of the squad. Imagine having a center who anchors the defense, protects the rim, and, crucially, keeps the floor open so Curry's gravity isn't neutralized by help defenders clogging the paint. That's the theory, and it's powerful. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the players involved. Jonathan Kuminga is a young, freakish talent who has had flashes at elite two-way play, but his fit with this roster has never fully clicked, and his minutes have fluctuated due to rotations. In a win-now season, the Warriors can't afford long experimental development when Curry's MVP-style play is happening right now. Brandon Podziemski has been productive, no doubt, but a trade like this isn't about future probable talent, it's about immediate impact. And that's exactly what Myles Turner brings, immediate impact. He would step into a defense that already has elite perimeter defenders and create a true interior deterrent. This isn't just about adding blocks, it's about changing how the Warriors defend transition buckets and paint scoring, something that's cost them games all season. Turner fits the Warriors' need to tighten up rim protection without sacrificing spacing, and that's something less traditional bigs struggle with. Now, you might be thinking, but age matters and stars matter, and that's real. Turner isn't Giannis, and he's not the MVP sure shot the Warriors might have dreamed about. But let's get real. Giannis has been largely unavailable and not likely to move to Golden State. And if the Warriors don't make moves like this, they could watch Curry's brilliant season end in heartbreak again. The bigger question this trade poses isn't just about who comes in, it's whether the Warriors are willing to meet Curry halfway and give him legitimate help around him, to take the pressure off him night after night. Also consider the bigger picture. Milwaukee's season has been shaky, and if they pivot toward a rebuild or reset, a player like Turner might be the realistic piece they're willing to move. That opens a door to Golden State that hasn't been wide open in years. Strategically, this could be one of the best ways to shore up the defense while keeping Curry's offensive firepower intact. And let me be clear, this move would send a message, not just to Curry, not just to the league, but to the entirety of Warriors Nation. It would say that they believe this season still matters, that they're willing to take concrete action to support one of the most spectacular seasons of one of the greatest players in history, and that they're committed to maximizing this era, not just reminiscing about past glory. Is there risk? Absolutely. No trade, no matter how perfect it looks on paper, is a guaranteed championship. But what we do know is that adding a legitimate rim protector who stretches the floor gives Kerr more weapons, gives Curry more support, and gives this team more stamina and balance through the grind of playoff basketball. And for a franchise built on winning right now, the price might just be worth it. So, Warriors Nation, I want to hear from you. Do you think Golden State should pull the trigger and go after Myles Turner? Do you buy the idea that this upgrade could push us deeper in the playoffs? Or would you rather keep the young pieces and see them develop? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button if you still believe in this team. And don't forget to subscribe to Warriors Nation News for all the latest trade updates, reactions, and in-depth analysis as this season unfolds. Let's talk.